Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 27th. You have this card that says the answers you need are coming. You also have this card that says, what do you need to release? Well, maybe you're getting an answer on what you need to let go of at this time as well this week. So that's nice. By the way, it does seem to me like it is a time where people are getting some answers, thank God. I mean, after 2025, I think people need some answers as to like what's been happening or what the hell is going on in life at this time. So definitely could be some good answers that are coming in for you. You have the Knight of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and the Devil energy showing up here. I feel like you need to release the BS here, Sag, of course, with the Ten of Wands and the Devil. We'll definitely talk about it. But you start with that Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups can be a knight in shining armor, of course, but we have a bunch of knights here right now. All three knights, except we're just missing one. And the knights can represent movement. They can also represent messages coming in for you as well. So it seems to me like there could be, some sort of important message that's coming in with the Knight of Cups. Starting with the Knight of Cups makes me feel like a dream here, like a fever dream, Sagittarius. The Knight of Cups is very dreamy, but he's standing in front of this water and he's not really doing anything with it. He could easily plant seeds in front of that water and they would grow. So, some of you could finally be getting an answer on like where to get started, especially if you've been having a hard time getting started in some area of your life. Next, we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands can be burdens, things that are kind of weighing you down. Personally, I really like the Ten of Wands because he's very close to achieving his goal here. This home that's in the background is his home. And when he gets his wands there, he will have a harvest. The story of the card is that he planted those 10 wands and now he's having harvest. So, it's not really a bad card, but sometimes I think with the Devil especially showing up right below it, that the Ten of Wands can be obligations or responsibilities that really belong to other people that you just don't need any longer. And so it would be a good time to, look at your responsibilities or look at what you're doing for other people and make sure that you're not like carrying too much of a burden. The other thing with the Ten of Wands is that we need to be able to see. He has those wands all up in front of his face. So he cannot see where he is going. And that's another reason why sometimes we have to release some responsibilities. The other thing about the Ten of Wands is that sometimes something can become an obligation. It's like I see this a lot when people start a business or a YouTube channel or something like that, where it's like it starts as like a hobby, something fun. It starts as something that could be enjoyable in their life and it becomes like a job, right? And usually people slow down when that happens, when something becomes a job or something becomes an obligation. And I don't think we have to necessarily quit doing what we're doing. We just have to make it more fun. A great example is this channel. I've been doing 4 videos every single day for like 10 years. I've never missed a week except for one when I was sick, right? And in the entire time that I've posted on YouTube, I have like over 14,000 videos published on this channel. So, again, the way that I keep it fun is experimenting. That's what's fun for me. That's what I enjoy doing. So maybe it drives some of you nuts, but I'm always running a new experiment on this channel, just seeing what happens, right? And it keeps my interest up on the channel. Not that I'm not interested in it, but, after 10 years, I think anything can become boring. So, what I would say here is I've done things to make sure it doesn't. And I feel like the Ten of Wands is like wanting you to find something to do that. You have the Devil. Definitely some things that you probably could let go of. The Devil can just simply be any type of energy vampire in your life, anything that steals your vibe or your energy. And like I said, we don't even necessarily need to get rid of anything that is an energy vampire. We just have to change it or make it something better. And I feel, for whatever reason, I feel like I need to focus on that in your reading here, Sag. I don't feel it's talking about like completely eliminating something. I feel it's more just saying that a little bit of a change or a change in the approach and how you do something that takes a lot of time or is a responsibility could make all the difference in the world. It could reignite your passion for something, which I think a lot of people are going to need at the end of the year here. We have Neptune retrograding in Pisces, and Neptune retrograde in Pisces, I think, can definitely make us lack the excitement for what we're working on, or it can make us look for inspiration. So I would find it. With the Knight of Cups, you have the High Priestess. The positive side of Neptune and Pisces, I guess, is manifestation, number one. Number two is your intuition your intuition really could be on fire right now. You even have the Neptune card coming up in your third row, which we'll talk about in a minute. The other thing about Neptune and Pisces and the High Priestess is that she has no roof over her head. And no roof in the tarot kind of represents her unlimited potential. So there are no limits to what she can accomplish. And I do feel it is a great time for Sag to like really, don't play small. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Five of Wands. Yeah, Five of Wands is like conflict or competition. There is like a little something here at the end of the year. I'm not sure what it is really, where I feel people could be looking at the competition and thinking they have to do things a certain way, but you don't. Actually, being different would be a good thing right now. So I feel like I need to say to you, don't compare yourself to the competition in work, love, business, your health, anything really that you're working on. I would make sure that you're not like comparing yourself to other people. And as a matter of fact, being unique, different, especially with Uranus in your opposite sign, Gemini, the more eccentric, the more different, the more of a unique angle you can come up with everything that you work on, pretty much the better. And with the Devil, you have the Page of Wands. Yeah, Page of Wands is about going on an adventure, having fun, being more happy-go-lucky. We talk about this all the time with you. You always get the Page of Wands. You always get the Knight of Wands with me. And these are cards of needing to kind of like go on adventures, being more spontaneous. And I think all that would be really good. Next, you have in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Cougar card. It says motherhood, sensuality, and reverence. Maybe some of you are Cougars out there. You have this Meerkat. It says group dynamics, discussions, effective leadership. So leadership comes up for you, I think, as well. I think it would be a great time to be a leader at this time, and I would be taking the lead on anything that you want to work on. You have the Two of Pentacles, the Justice card, and the Knight of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles can be, work hard, play hard, which I think you need more play in your life here, Sagittarius. This has been coming up for you for a while. And you, again, the Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, Queen of Wands, these are cards that are more desire-based. So if you're doing things out of obligation with the Ten of Wands, that's going to make things a lot harder. If you're doing things because you want to and you enjoy it, then things are going to be a lot easier. The other thing that I'm getting here, Sag, is that the Two of Pentacles is a clue card for me. I have some cards in the tarot that can be a clue for something else. And the Two of Pentacles can sometimes be a clue card for like a settlement. And if you're waiting for a settlement or money or something like an insurance payout, then I do feel there could be a settlement coming in for you. I'm also getting another message here. He has these waves behind him, and those waves, they kind of start small and get bigger as they go across the card. And so the Two of Pentacles to me sometimes can represent something in your life that's like getting harder to ignore, or something that's kind of like capturing your attention. It can be a little bit subtle with the Two of Pentacles. We can think of an idea, and then, from time to time, it pops back up in our heads. And so if anything is popping into your head like randomly, then that might be a clue, like the universe is trying to guide you towards something that it wants you to work on or create or whatever. You have the the Justice card. The Justice card can be cause and effect, obvious. And the Two of Pentacles is somewhat similar. We have to pay attention to where our energy is going. I kind of feel we are in a time as well where we should look at the evidence. The Justice card is all about kind of looking at things from a neutral perspective and not just assuming that something will work or won't work in your life. So again, if you're coming up with ideas and comparing yourself to the competition, then maybe according to that comparison, whatever you're thinking won't work. But if you try something that could improve your life and it does, then the evidence is saying it does. So there you go. Also, again, I do feel some of you, there could be like some sort of legal settlement. It is popping into my head with that Two of Pentacles, and the Justice card would obviously be justice. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like I think that Sagittarius has a need for speed here. I think Sagittarius, things have been moving too slowly. It's like you're trying to speed things up. You're trying to get results faster, trying to move forward faster. I feel that maybe some of you, like I don't think you feel lazy this year, but that's not the right word. But I definitely feel that you wish you made more progress, right? Like I feel like some of you wish that you could have made faster progress, or you could have gotten things going a lot faster. Like I wouldn't, this is definitely not something that you should beat yourself up over, or anything like that, right? And of course, we are in not such a great time for rushing either, but I do feel like building speed is a good thing to focus on. I said in the 2025 yearly readings that it would be an amazing year to focus on building momentum, meaning like I told everybody, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, that we should all like find like just like one thing that we stick to, that we work on, that builds momentum for whatever, our health, our business, our life, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. But I would like pick one habit. And then and even if you haven't done anything all year, you still have time to add like one new habit or one new thing that would really build momentum. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Tower here. And the Two of Pentacles and the Tower kind of gives me the energy of, if you don't make a decision, the universe is going to make it for you. I don't really see a Tower moment here. We'll see what comes up as we clarify. But sometimes I think the universe can be like, hey, you need to go do something new in work, or you need to change up your health, or you need to change something else. And it's like, if you don't do it, I'm going to do it for you. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. I feel like you have time. Again, I wouldn't rush anything. But if you're noticing changes, like I wouldn't wait. I wouldn't like wait around for those changes to happen before you make the change. Especially in work or business, I'm getting. It's like if you notice things are changing or people are getting laid off, it might be time to like start, looking for something else, or it might be time to line something else up. With the Justice card, sure. Well, this changes everything. You have the Page of Swords and the Judgment card. The Judgment card is the only card in the deck, except for the Star, that I believe can change the Tower, because Judgment and Tower is like a major light bulb moment, a big revelation, a sudden understanding. It's to me, Tower and Judgment is the most powerful combination in the tarot. So a lot of you, and the Page of Swords would be your curiosity. This would say that, and I think that a lot of your readings have been talking about you trying to create a breakthrough. So if you've been trying to create a breakthrough or have a breakthrough in any area of your life, then I would get curious with that Page of Swords. Page of Swords, he's like a detective. He kind of like looks for answers. He does his research. He like tries to find different ways of doing things, and he's willing to explore. And I think that would be the best thing for you here, Sag. But it definitely could be like a light bulb moment. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a victory, a success. The funny thing about the Six of Wands is that he has come back from battle. He's come back from war, and he's being celebrated for having a victory. I definitely think the past few years for you, Sag, have been a little bit of a battle. It's like maybe it seems like what I'm trying to spit out here is maybe it seems like you have to put in a lot more effort to get something to work than everybody else, the competition. Or if you have tried to work on, if you have gotten something to work even in any area of your life, maybe the results you get seem to be a little bit less than everybody else's, which might be true. And the good news is I feel like this is finally changing. I think what Sagittarius will realize over the next couple years at least is that the changes you're making are going to be permanent, much longer lasting. There's an old saying, easy come, easy go, right? And I feel like what you could be realizing is like some of the other people that seem to get results faster, your results are actually going to stay. You might see other people in your life who seemed to get results faster, kind of like not being able to maintain the results. So I think the important thing for Sag is long-term maintenance of success or victories that you're having, whatever you want to call it. And like I said, I think this is good. Also an amazing time for attention for fire signs. So, as I always say to you, anything you can do to stand out or get attention in work and business and love, all that will benefit you the most. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have the Strength card and this Neptune card that says Vision on it. You probably need to strengthen your vision. Again, the only way to do that with Neptune and Pisces especially is to get started here on Earth. You have to bring it into the 3D. I always say that Neptune and Pisces, the problem is we live the fantasy too much in our heads. So our brain thinks we actually did it. Like that's how deeply we can feel something that under Neptune and Pisces. So the trick is to come up with a dream or an idea and to take the first step so that you can at least bring it somewhat into the 3D. And if you do that, then you'll be successful a lot faster. If you don't, then you might just live it in your head and nothing will ever happen. Also, Sag, make sure to like and leave a comment. Really helps me out. You have the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Six of Cups. The Knight of Wands is like your best friend in all these readings. You always get this card. It is kind of your energy a little bit. It can represent that happy-go-lucky energy. He's just willing to go on an adventure, which is very Sagittarian. He's willing to just see how things go, and he doesn't really need an outcome. And I feel embracing adventure is kind of what the Knight of Wands wants you to do. Also, with Uranus in Gemini, I don't really think Sagittarius has a problem with spontaneous opportunities or anything like that, but with Uranus and Gemini, even though Uranus is retrograding into Taurus next month, doesn't really matter. I think you're going to have more spontaneous opportunities in the near future. And I would just be, don't just assume that an opportunity is going to work or not. The Justice card, Page of Swords, wants you to kind of like just look into opportunity and really get the evidence. And that goes for things that you're very excited about and things that you might not be excited about as well. Again, we are in a time where we can get advice. At first, we might not like the advice that we're getting, but at the same time, you can get advice and you can not like it, but know that it's right, at the same time. Really, we're in a time where we just have to do what works. It's just that simple, whether we like it or not. And, obviously, if you really hate something, don't do it. But, for the most part, if you know kind of deep down inside it's right, then you should try it, whatever the advice is, and see what happens. You have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is the card of learning as you go. And so I think a lot of you could be in this position of learning as you go, figuring things out. She has this sunflower right here, and the sunflower points towards the sun. So I feel it would be a great time for you to use the sun as your guidance system, like she does. She follows her inspirations, and that's pretty much it. So I feel a lot of you could be doing that. It's kind of funny as well, because I think for Sagittarius, the way that I would describe Sagittarius energy is it's like you're becoming less corporate. I'm not saying you work for a corporation or anything like that. I'm just saying, your life in general is becoming less corporate. It's becoming less structured, less organized, less having to punch in and punch out, less having to follow the rules, less having to listen to the stupid stories at the water cooler, all that. And I'm talking about your life in general. And so, that's how I would describe the Queen of Wands energy in your reading. You have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups can be kind of like a turnaround. Sometimes I feel the Six of Cups is just a gift from the universe, and usually the gift we receive is we've been bumping up against an obstacle, and Six of Cups kind of removes the obstacle that we are dealing with, whatever it is. So I do feel that you could be overcoming an obstacle. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Three of Cups. Yeah, I feel that you have to surround yourself with concentrated connections. I'm pretty sure in the bonus readings I just did for you that we talked about this, how you are, it seems to me like you are more focused on those, really deep connections, those people who really support you, and that seems to be a very important message for you, Sagittarius. I think even over the past few years, you probably have cut certain people out of your life, or you've probably cut people off. And again, this is kind of more of that, your life becoming more concentrated, becoming more vibrant by who and what you surround yourself with. That's the other thing to think about here, Sag, is that this might be your environment, everything around you, including the things you put in your head. So, definitely something to think about. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Three of Swords. Three of Swords can be heartbreak, sadness, but really it's a card of forgiveness. With the Queen of Wands, it would be about finding your own heart here, Sagittarius, or finding the things that truly bring you fulfillment. The Three of Swords, we have to practice forgiveness. We have to remove those swords from our own heart so that we can heal. I don't really think this is talking about people or anything like that. That could be part of it. I feel it's a bigger picture here with the Three of Swords. Because, again, it's more saying to me, the whole entire reading is more saying to me that you're finding your heart more. It's almost like, it would almost be like if these swords were like the Eight of Swords, around the heart, That's more how I feel about this. You're more setting your heart free. I hope that makes sense. With the Six of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles again. Yes, definitely Two of Pentacles, very important in your reading. I feel like something is becoming harder to ignore. The other thing to think about is the Six of Cups is like children. It can represent your inner child. Sometimes I think the Six of Pentacles, or at least the Six of Cups, in the Two of Pentacles in your reading, when you're a child, you can't do very much, but when you're an adult, you can obviously pretty much do whatever the hell you want. And people always tell me, oh, you can't do anything you want. I'm like, there are tons of people in jail. You can do whatever you want. That doesn't mean good things will happen. So yeah, you can do whatever you want. I don't recommend it necessarily, but you could. And so this is about realizing that there aren't any blockages preventing you from doing something you want. It's like, yeah, there might be certain, it's funny that I said the corporate thing as well. It's like, yeah, there might be certain rules that people make up or whatever that might be preventing you from, acting a certain way or doing what you want with your life. But really, it's like, whose rules are those? Are they yours? Probably not. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Enchanted Illusion card. It says, see through the veil of illusion and have the courage to see things as they really are. Yes. There's something here. This is coming up in the good stuff, but I feel like there's something that you don't necessarily want to see, but it's like not a bad thing. It's like the truth deep down inside. You know the answer to something, but it's like maybe you're resisting it for some reason. I don't really even think there is a good reason. You have this wave of emotions. It says a new experience will enter your life that will stir a wave of emotions within you. There you go. Probably more excitement, more light, more happiness. I like it. You have the Hierophant, the Page of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. The Hierophant is about outside the box thinking, needing to think outside the box, needing to allow more blessings into your life. I almost feel like that's what it's saying. It's like you need to allow more blessings into your life or allow certain things that are a blessing. I almost want to tell you to stop punishing yourself here, Sag, as well. There's nothing really in the reading that says that to me, but, putting all the cards together, it's like, are you punishing yourself in a way, or are you preventing yourself from having fulfilling experiences? I feel like the Hierophant wants you to do more of that, because it'll probably bring blessings into your life. You have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles can be like good news, can be a new person coming in for you as well if you're looking for love. So I feel all that. I definitely feel a lot of communication for you this week as well. You have 3 Knights. Page of Pentacles can be a messenger as well, but in the good stuff, the Page of Pentacles at least can be good news. You have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands can be expansion, growth, putting yourself out into the world, which I think would be a great thing for you to do right now. I think getting more attention would be a good thing for you. Taking up more space, all that would be really good. I also think taking the lead in any area of your life would be important. With the Hierophant, you have the Magician. Yep. Again, when you think about it, manifesting from that place of being blessed, like giving yourself blessings, can help you manifest faster. So I would definitely do that with the Magician. I always pull the card he's pointing to. We're going to say it's this one. You have this Day and Night card. It says there's current disharmony due to existing differences in some matter. Again, maybe this reading is talking about you like sifting and sorting, as Esther Hicks says. Like you are figuring out some things go against you and some things are for you. And, if you do more of the things that are for you, not against you, then life can get a lot better. And that's what I would do with this card. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Cups. There is definitely clarity or answers here. We have that card that says the answers you need are coming. Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups can sometimes be imagination or confusion, but in the good stuff, it can say that you are seeing your future or you're seeing something you want much more clearly. With the Three of Wands, you have the Four of Wands. There you go, freedom. Four of Wands can be married, sure, but I would say this reading really isn't about love. I think it's all about you here, Sag. And, this could be you doing more things that set you free, that help you feel more free, that get you away from this devil energy, which also would be good. You have this Kite card. It says vacation. Yeah, I definitely think that, I think you've had this card or something similar. And so maybe you need a break. Even if you can't go on a vacation, like can you go on a staycation or something like that? You have this December card. I always clarify these monthly cards. You have this Owl. It says good advice from a wise person. Between now and December, there definitely could be a lot of advice. I think you're getting a lot of advice, not just one person. You have a lot of information in this reading. You have that card that says the answers you need are coming. So there you go. You have this horse. It says short journey on it. Yes, again, anything you can do to get back to your Sagittarius self, as I've been saying all year, would be good for you, even if you can't really go far. Going on little day trips, enjoying yourself, all that. You have this hand that says in need of help, assistance, or guidance. Yeah, I would like explore different worlds here, Sagittarius. Remember, I said the whole corporate thing. It's like I'm not saying you're in a corporation. I'm just using that as an example. But it's like sometimes when we're in those environments, it becomes like an echo chamber. Everybody's the same. I think this is saying you need to look for advice everywhere. Especially with Uranus and Gemini until 2033. I would be kind of getting a variety of information. You have this key. It says successful outcome to your problems. There you go. So yes, definitely solving some issues. But this looks pretty good, Sag. Make sure to leave a comment, and definitely enjoy your week.